Back in May, I released the first video on the best movies of 2024 so far, and the response was incredible. Now, as we approach September, we've seen even more standout films across different genres and box office hits. So, it's time for an update. In this video, we're counting down the 16 best movies of 2024 so far. If you think there's a film that should be on the list, feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. Before we dive in, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Twisters.
The heat's intensifying it.
You ever seen anything like this?
At number 16, Twisters is a disaster movie that took the world by storm, quite literally. A sequel to the 1997 hit, this box office sensation is available for purchase or rent on Apple TV Plus and Prime Video. Directed by Lee Isaac Chung and featuring standout performances from Daisy Edgar-Jones and Glenn Powell, the film boasts an impressive 6.7 IMDb rating. The story centers on storm chaser Kate Cooper. After a devastating tornado claims both her team and her boyfriend, she walks away from the dangerous pursuit. But 5 years later, a once-in-a-generation tornado outbreak pulls her back into the field.
You ride 'em.
This time, she teams up with a new crew, including YouTube daredevil Tyler Owens, famous for his risky tornado stunts. Together, they take on even more ferocious twisters, armed with cutting-edge technology in a race to understand the forces of nature. Bad Boys Ride or Die.
I got this! What you don't know!
At number 15, Bad Boys Ride or Die continues the box office success of the iconic action comedy franchise. With an IMDb rating of 6.6, this fourth installment is now available for purchase or rent on digital streaming platforms. Will Smith and Martin Lawrence return with their unbeatable chemistry as buddy cops, taking this series to new heights. The plot follows detectives Mike Lowry and Marcus Burnett face their toughest challenge yet, uncovering corruption within the Miami Police Department.
I need nasty Mike. Oh, city, city, bang, bang, motherfucker.
When their late captain, Conrad Howard, is accused of having ties to the Romanian mafia, the duo finds themselves on the run. Now, working outside the law, they must clear their captain's name and bring the real criminals to justice. Longlegs.
There's an end to all of this.
At number 14, we have Longlegs, a blockbuster horror thriller of this year. Earned a solid 6.8 on IMDb and an impressive 85% on Rotten Tomatoes. Available to rent on digital platforms starting August 23rd. Set in the 1990s, the movie follows FBI agent Lee Harker, played by Micah Monroe, as she tackles the case of a satanic serial killer named Longlegs. Nicolas Cage takes on the role of Longlegs, bringing a mix of charm and menace to the character.
You made nice with me. But you didn't.
As Harker investigates, she uncovers a personal link to the killer and must race against time to stop him before he kills again. Directed by Osgood Perkins, Longlegs impresses with its chilling atmosphere and compelling story, making it a must-watch for horror thriller fans. The Beekeeper.
We have to kill him before he kills his way to the top.
Coming in at number 13 on our list is The Beekeeper, an action thriller movie directed by David Ayer and starring Jason Statham. The movie follows the story of Adam Clay, a former member of a secret group called the Beekeepers. When his landlady Eloise Parker falls victim to a phishing scam that results in her losing over $2 million from a charity fund she manages and leads her to commit suicide, Adam sets out for revenge. In his quest for justice, he contacts the Beekeepers to track down the scammers, leading to a violent confrontation and a series of events that reveal a conspiracy at the highest levels. The film boasts some amazing fight scenes, showcasing Jason Statham's impressive action skills. Civil War.
Indivisible, with liberty
and justice for all.
At number 12 on our list is the brilliant anti-war film Civil War, directed by Alex Garland, who also brought us Ex Machina in 2014 and Annihilation in 2018. With a solid IMDb rating of 7.1 and an 81% score on Rotten Tomatoes, this film is set to stream on Max starting September 13th. Civil War offers a thought-provoking look at a modern-day civil war in the US. The story follows a team of journalists as they journey across a country engulfed in chaos. It documents the journalists' struggle to survive in a near future where the government has become a dystopian dictatorship and partisan extremist militias regularly commit war crimes. Civil War features an anti-war message without excessive gore or violence, perfectly capturing the dehumanizing effects of conflict. Deadpool and Wolverine.
Big slow-motion action sequence. Who knows if you live or die?
At number 11 on our list is Deadpool and Wolverine, one of the year's biggest hits that firmly re-established Marvel's dominance at the box office. Directed by Sean Levy and starring Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman, this is the 34th film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe and the 11th in the franchise to cross the billion-dollar mark. Set 6 years after Deadpool 2, Wade Wilson has stepped away from his mercenary days. However, the Time Variance Authority pulls him back in for a mission that could reshape the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe. Reluctantly teaming up with Wolverine, the two anti-heroes are faced with an existential threat to their universe. Their target? Cassandra Nova, the evil twin sister of Professor X. With Deadpool's signature humor and brutal action, combined with Wolverine's brooding intensity, this R-rated blockbuster delivers everything fans love while integrating Wolverine into the MCU for the first time. Late Night with the Devil.
What you're about to see
You okay, Jack?
is profoundly disturbing and shocking. Get out there.
At number 10, we have Late Night with the Devil, a standout horror film of 2024. With an IMDb rating of 7 and an impressive 97% on Rotten Tomatoes, it's one of the year's most talked about horror movies. You can catch it now on Shudder. The film is set on Halloween night in 1977 and centers around Jack Delroy, a talk show host desperate to save his show from being canceled. He decides to have a parapsychologist and her subject Lily, a survivor of a satanic cult, appear on his show. Jack plans to connect with the demon inside Lily during the live show. However, things take a terrifying turn when Lily starts levitating. Her head splits open, and fire bursts out, causing chaos in the studio and leading to deadly consequences. Late Night with the Devil stands out for originality and uniqueness. If you're tired of modern horror movies, this one is worth checking out. Furiosa, a Mad Max saga. At number 9, we have Furiosa, a Mad Max saga, the latest action spectacle from director George Miller. Despite strong ratings, 7.6 on IMDb and 90% on Rotten Tomatoes, the film didn't quite match the box office success of its predecessors. Now streaming on Max, this origin story centers on Imperator Furiosa, played by Anya Taylor-Joy. Unlike previous Mad Max films, Furiosa spans 15 years, focusing more on world building than relentless action. The story unfolds in 5 chapters, tracing Furiosa's transformation from a village girl to a fierce survivor.
Where are you going? So full of hope. There is no hope.
Along the way, we meet 2 new villains, Dementus and Immortan Joe, and witness massive action sequences, including battles with biker hordes. While visually impressive, the film's episodic pacing and expanded universe can feel cluttered at times, falling short of the raw energy that made earlier Mad Max films so iconic. Alien, Romulus.
Whatever comes, we'll face it together.
Let's go.
At number 8, Alien. Romulus pulls the legendary sci-fi horror franchise back to its terrifying roots. With a solid IMDb rating of 7.4 and 80% on Rotten Tomatoes, it's already seen as a worthy addition to the series. Critics are praising its intense gore, effective scares, and a gripping third act. The story follows a group of young space colonizers who stumble upon a derelict space station. What begins as a routine scavenging mission quickly becomes a desperate fight for survival as deadly xenomorphs hunt them. Directed by Fede Alvarez, Alien, Romulus masterfully combines atmospheric horror with stunning visuals, echoing the original Alien while carving out its own identity. The Fall Guy.
Shit. One last stunt. Going down in a blaze of glory.
At number 7 on our list is The Fall Guy, a nostalgic nod to the star-driven action films of the past, now streaming on Peacock. With a solid IMDb rating of 6.9 and an impressive 82% on Rotten Tomatoes, this film packs in action, comedy, and romance. Directed by David Leitch, a former stunt double-turned filmmaker, it features some of Hollywood's biggest names and record-breaking stunts. Ryan Gosling stars as Colt Seavers, a stuntman whose career hits a roadblock after a dangerous fall.
Get out of my head. Stay alive, no matter what.
When his ex-girlfriend, now a director, asks him to return for one last job, he reluctantly steps back into the spotlight. While the plot takes an unexpected twist into mystery, The Fall Guy brings back the excitement of classic cinema, focusing on star power and thrilling stunts rather than CGI spectacle. The Promised Land.
Er det forstået?
Kaos, Ludvig. Livet er kaos.
At number 6 on our list is The Promised Land, a standout Polish film from 2023. With an IMDb rating of 7.7 and a 97% score on Rotten Tomatoes, it's available for streaming on Hulu. The movie follows Ludwig Kallen, a struggling captain in 18th century Denmark, who embarks on a daunting mission to transform the barren Danish heath into a thriving colony in hopes of earning a noble title. Along the way, Ludwig confronts a ruthless landowner, outlaws, and even takes in a runaway child.
Jeg må væk herfra.
Directed by Nikolai Arcel, the film is a fictionalized retelling of real events based on Ida Jessen's best-selling novel, The Captain and Anne Barbara. With its compelling story, stunning cinematography, and sharp dialogue, The Promised Land is definitely worth watching. The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. At number 5 on our list is The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, directed by Guy Ritchie. With an IMDb rating of 6.8 and 69% on Rotten Tomatoes, this film is available to watch on Prime Video. Starring Henry Cavill, Alan Ritchson, Alex Pettyfer, and Isa Gonzalez, it tells the story of a top-secret British World War II organization formed by Winston Churchill.
You and your operation are reckless.
This covert unit, known as the Special Operations Executive, is made up of a band of misfits who take on the Nazis using unconventional and ungentlemanly tactics. The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare blends World War II action with Guy Ritchie's signature flair for comedy. Challengers. At number 4, we have Challengers, starring Zendaya, with a solid IMDb rating of 7.2 and an 88% score on Rotten Tomatoes. Available on Prime Video and MGM+, this film runs for 131 minutes and features timeline jumps that may be a bit much for some. However, it shines with magnetic performances and stylish presentation. This drama-romance sports mix follows Tashi, a former tennis prodigy turned coach, who trains her husband, a champion struggling with a losing streak.
I'm taking such good care of my little white boys.
I assume you planned this?
Not this part.
Things heat up when her husband faces off in a challenger event against Tashi's ex-boyfriend, creating a complicated love triangle and reigniting old rivalries both on and off the court. With exceptional direction, a gripping script, captivating music, and standout performances, Challengers is well worth a watch. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
The elders did not tell us everything about this world.
At number 3 on our list is Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, a post-apocalyptic sci-fi action film set hundreds of years after the previous movies. With an IMDb rating of 6.9 and an 80% score on Rotten Tomatoes, the film is available to watch on Hulu. The story follows Noah, a young chimpanzee, on a mission to rescue his clan from the evil ape tyrant, Proximus Caesar. Noah is joined by an orangutan named Raka and a human girl called Nova.
We'll die
No. Together. Strong.
The movie features large-scale action sequences with heart-pounding intensity, but they are more logically constructed than what we often see these days. You don't need to see the prequels to enjoy this film, but it serves as the first part of a new trilogy. Inside Out 2.
Well, that's a preview of the next 10 years.
Come on! Riley means us. Have I ever steered you wrong before?
Many times.
At number 2 on our list is Inside Out 2, the highest-grossing film of 2024 so far, earning an impressive $1.5 billion. Directed by Kelsey Mann in his feature directorial debut, Inside Out 2 holds a 7.7 rating on IMDb and a 91% score on Rotten Tomatoes. This sequel dives back into Riley's mind, exploring her challenges at a stressful hockey camp and the pressures of high school, as new emotions like anxiety, envy, and embarrassment join the original crew of joy, sadness, anger, fear, and disgust. The film adds a fresh layer to Riley's emotional world.
Wait, you can't move! Hey, what are you doing? All right, shoes off.
While the new characters can sometimes overshadow the originals, the film's animation, voice acting, and heartfelt storytelling make it a touching experience for both kids and adults. It's a reminder that feeling overwhelmed is part of life, and with time, challenges will pass. Dune, Part 2.
Prophecy is how they enslave us!
At number 1, Dune Part 2 takes the excitement up a notch from the first film. This sequel delivers a gripping, action-packed adventure with an 8.5 rating on IMDb and 92% on Rotten Tomatoes, and it's streaming exclusively on HBO Max. Directed by Denis Villeneuve, the film immerses you in the desert world of Arrakis. Follow Paul Atreides, played by Timothée Chalamet, as he leads the Fremen in a fight against the Harkonnens to avenge his father's death and restore his family's honor.
Lose me as long as you stay who you are.
Consider what you're about to do, Paul Atreides.
Silence!
The visuals are nothing short of breathtaking, thanks to Greg Fraser's stunning cinematography. Dune Part 2 is a cinematic triumph, offering both fans and newcomers a spectacular experience with its epic storytelling and striking visuals. If you enjoyed our picks for best movies of 2024 so far, give us a thumbs up. Want even more movie recommendations? Check out the video description for links to our other content. And don't forget to subscribe for more great videos.